Hi everybody, it's Alex Newton from K-lytics, today with our Kindle market trends for April 2019. So let's have a look. In our monthly Trend Watch video, we look at Kindle bestseller lists that exhibit a particular upward or downward trend. So let's start with the fiction bestseller lists. And as always, if you're not a member, there's no need to take notes. You can download a free copy at k-lytics.com/free report of the K-lytics basic report. And if you are a member, simply go to the K-lytics basic section in the members area to retrieve your copy. Let's start with our number one genre, romance. The bestseller list has been extremely stable, so not much of a trend to report if we look here at the last 18 months. The top 100 titles have on average always been in the top 150, top 100 of the Kindle store. However, if you go to the subcategory or sub-subcategory level, some interesting trends can show up. So here we have the bestseller list science fiction and fantasy/romantic. So it's not directly a subcategory of the romance category, but a romance related one in another branch. And if we want to trace down what books are driving the trend, have a look at the bestseller list. It's 3 levels down, and we see here quite a bit of like urban fantasy, paranormal mix with, key authors like Lindsay Hall, K.F. Breen, who placed a whole number of books in that category. But also a whole number of other authors, and another theme in this fantasy romance branch is obviously also the reverse harem trend here, which has been going for a while, as we know. So in total, a bestseller list rank improvement of the bestseller list here of 49% in the last 12 months. And if you plot that bestseller list on our K-lytics strategy map, you see the position, how high and how much to the right is that yellow dot. You see the average sales rank of the top 20 titles in this submarket is in the top 1,943, so very high up there. But the category size is only 1,740 English-speaking titles. So we're just here at the boundary between what's a hot sell still to be developed into a hot niche, very high up there in the green zone. The mystery thriller suspense bestseller list has been trending slightly down, but it's the number 2 bestseller list here in terms of genre. And if we take the two together, romance number 1 and here mystery thriller suspense, and we take the intersection, we see a very positive development in romance, mystery and suspense mystery. So in other words, romantic suspense, romantic mystery. If we neglect the shorter term ups and downs and just put a trend line through what's been happening here, we see a 44% improvement over the last 12 months. On the strategy map, romantic suspense, romantic mystery is quite far to the right already, but you see it's just left its niche status, so it's now exceeding here 10,000 titles. It's 11,681 English-speaking titles in the category, but the sales rank is on average sky high, 305 store wide. And if you trace down the books that have been driving the trend, then it is 2 authors that really crush it right now. It's Melinda Lay and a bit further down here, Kendra Elliott, with their book series. Both are Montlake Amazon imprint authors. I have to confess I haven't read the books, and I don't know how much is there like real romance still in it versus mystery thriller suspense. You'll be the judge, but it's definitely 2 authors to check out these days. Then some good news for the fans of Cozy Mystery. We will be updating our Cozy Mystery report in this autumn. If you haven't seen it as a member, it's in the custom research area of the membership site. Meanwhile, here a bit further down the genre list, so Cozy Mystery. The good news for Cozy Mystery authors is this longer term analysis. Here we see the sales rank of the Cozy Mystery bestseller list over the last 3 years, and you see over the last couple of months we've been here in a nice upward trending line. Let's see where this is going to go, as we've currently exceeded the peak performance of July 2017. It is by now really a mainstream market, but it's a hot mainstream market with very high sales. Average sales rank currently 385 store wide. Category size just here above 23,000 titles. Another interesting one is this one, and you look at the covers and say, wow, this looks, pretty old fashioned, and what's happening here? Well, these are classic westerns, and one category where many of them are placed in is history, United States, 19th century, Old West. And you see here, this bestseller is coming out of nowhere ever since we've been tracking it, because it's here a level 4 bestseller list. And over the last 12 months, it's 94% sales rank improvement over the last 12 months. If you look at the sales rank of some of these books, you will be surprised to see the performance of these. If you scroll down, check it out, 2,000, 2,500. And take here the number 1 bestseller, 744 paid in the Kindle store. That is pretty amazing. So you see, there are always interesting niches to explore. And if we plot this one on our K-lytics strategy map, I mean, just look at it, how high up it is in the hot sell area, where the average category size, or the category size, is less than 400 titles, but the average sales rank is 3,120 across the top 20 titles store-wide. So who would have thought that? If we look at teen and young adult fiction, the downward trend unfortunately has been continuing, but also here you will always have certain bestseller lists in niche markets that are countering the trend. For example, if we take this one here, mystery and thriller / sci-fi within teen and young adult, we've seen a very strong positive performance of 64% sales rank improvement in 12 months. Taking a closer look at what's been driving the trend, you particularly see books by Robert Crane here. Robert Crane, who has been at the forefront of the development of that category here, and who shows quite an impressive portfolio of books. Then for those of you who are in non-fiction, check out our latest business and money related Kindle book report. You see the nice long-term 4-year upward trend. Now, this is really a market that has opportunities and pitfalls. It is a competitive market, but if you're into the self-help / business and money related books, do check it out. Then another interesting long-term observation, I've never been a big fan of ebooks for kids. There was a little bit of a hype back in 2014. Now look at this graph. This is here from December 2014, January 2015. Point I wanted to make is every year there's this 1 month of a spike, December or January, where the spike shows, and then usually the books drop back down. This year, when we went from December into January 2019, you see the kids ebooks suddenly stayed all the way up there. So we had a closer look at what's happening there, because we suddenly saw bestseller lists such as these ones here, children's ebooks, cars, trains, and things that go / cars and trucks, which have always been completely in oblivion here. Sales rank 35 to 40,000 store-wide, shooting all the way up around Christmas time and staying all the way up here until March, April 2019. And if you look what's happening here, you find quite a number of books here by Hot Wheels. And if you take your Dino Racing by Hot Wheels, you see store-wide rank 196 Amazon store-wide. I mean, this is like really amazing. But you see, this is driven by probably big corporates here, because I don't think the author himself is doing the ads. Publisher Mattel Inc. So probably some ad money going into these books here. So this is not to say that you now should do ebooks, but just to illustrate how, observing the trends and tracking these bestseller lists over a longer period of time can really help you spot things as they happen and as they evolve over time. You see, opportunities abound. There are lots of hot sells and hot niches. If you want to have the complete map of all these categories that are in the green zone of our 7,000 Kindle genres, you will find the complete list in the Elite tab here of our members area. If you're not a member yet and want to join all the other authors and publishers who are, check us out at K-lytics.com. That's K-lytics.com. My name is Alex Newton from K-lytics, ebook market intelligence for success.